Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Sopiarz-Rianda, and I want everyone to take a deep inhale, exhale. Congratulations on submitting and finishing your research paper. That should have been submitted last night on March 20, let me see here, March 16th. Okay, so great job. We worked so hard, all of us worked really hard, really the last two units. Unit 5, all of that was scaffolding and modeling to help you actually do that work in Unit 6. All that great research, and finally writing your research paper and submitting it into turnitin.com. So great job. Our next unit this week is, the next unit is literary nonfiction. So we're going to take a little breather, and we are going to be focusing on nonfiction novel units, which I think should be a lot of fun. So remember, last week, session 5, that was a 2-week session. And for those of you that were working on PACE, anytime that was left over was really for you to catch up on any work in Unit 6 that you didn't submit yet. Now, if you didn't notice, I did modify the late work for Unit 6. Before, I had it due for this coming Friday before spring break, which I thought, I'll give it to them. I'll give you guys an extra week. So instead of going on vacation or spring break or Mexico or the mountains or wherever you go, you can still submit late work during spring break if you want to. It's a great opportunity for those of you that are behind a great deal or just a little bit behind. I'll still give you credit for work in session in Unit 6, the entire unit. That's including the rough draft and your final draft, your final essay. So that's some big points if you haven't submitted your work. And again, you do have over spring break to do that. So just giving you a little bit extra time because that's really how big this assignment is. It's huge. With the rough draft and the final essay alone, that's 350 points. There will be nothing left for the end of the semester that is larger than that bit of the project. Okay, so there's still hope and you have that opportunity. Okay. Now, we only actually have 2 more units, if you can believe it, and then you guys are going to be on your way. We have the Unit 7, like I mentioned, literary nonfiction unit, and that will last us 5 weeks. And then after that, we only have 2 weeks left, which are going to be a reflective project unit, which is going to be really fun. I think you're going to really enjoy that. So this is really our big push right here, if you can believe it. I can't even get over it. Not only that you guys are going to be graduating, hopefully, but that it's the end of the semester, almost, but not quite. So don't flake out on me yet. No senioritis quite yet, okay? So here you go. Session 1 is due by the 23rd, by midnight, and this is before spring break. Again, before spring break. All the work in session 1 can be done and should be done Monday through Friday. I give you the courtesy of the weekend. So you can submit it by Sunday the 23rd, but all the work can be done Monday through Friday, okay? And then again, you have late work that you can work on over spring break if you choose to. Then we'll have spring break and the next 4 sessions of this unit. Okay, so I'm going to click into Unit 7, and you can see again that the timeline for this session right here and the due date. So go ahead and click on that. Here's our session plan. And so what we're going to be doing in this unit, we're going to be exploring nonfiction text, and you're going to choose a nonfiction novel, just one, don't be overly ambitious, and read it with a small group of other students. So these are some amazing stories, and you're going to really enjoy them. You're going to be seeing in each session, different pictures are going to be for all the different novels. So keep your eye out for your novel. So like I mentioned, this week you have to have a copy of your nonfiction book for this unit by this session. You can get it from the library, you can get it from your family's library bookcase, older brother or sister, a neighbor, a friend. You can download it. You can, if you have that availability, if you have a Nook, you can go to the bookstore and buy it. whatever your option is, but you do need it. The excuse of I couldn't get the book is not an excuse. It's not an acceptable excuse. Really, no excuses are. You need the book, bottom line. Okay? And as I mentioned, the due date, about extended due date for late work, Yahoo. Here are the 2 assignments for this session and the suggested schedule, again, Monday through Friday, for our first session of Unit 7. So what you'll do on Monday is watch this video, and then you're going to go through all the text listed as options for this unit and choose one that you're most interested in and get a copy if you don't already have one. On Tuesday, create your reading schedule, introduce yourself to your discussion board, and begin reading the first quarter of your novel. On Wednesday, continue reading, post 1 or 2 replies on your group's discussion board. Day 4, finish up reading and begin your reader response note journal number 1, and go ahead and submit that on Friday. So these next 2 pages will introduce you to the 5 different nonfiction novels that you can choose from, along with the reviews. So if you're stuck, definitely go through all this great information and choose the one that you think you're going to be most interested in, because you're going to be working with it for over a month. So be sure you're interested in the topic. So now it's time to declare your book. Explain why you decided to choose this book. Introduce yourself here, and be sure to post your response and 2 responses to other people in your discussion group. And all the different boards obviously only respond to the board in which you are reading, right? If you're reading A Perfect Storm, don't submit a discussion post to Ben and Jerry's Double Dip. Stick to your own boards. If you want to go and peruse other discussion boards, that's fine, but don't post if you're not doing the discussion there. Here's that information to help you create your reading schedule. And then finally start reading the first quarter of your novel. Now, for this entire unit, you're going to be taking notes for every single session. For every quarter of the novel, you will be submitting reader response notes or journal. And they are right here on the bottom of the page when you scroll down. There's there's 6 different templates that you can use to respond or journal to the first quarter of your novel. Now, the thing is, you will be using different options each week for the next 4 weeks. So if you really like the interactive notes, for example, that's great, but you're only going to be using it once. The point of this is that you explore all the different options that are available to you when you are reading a novel, okay? So go through and read all that information and go through every template to kind of see, what you want to try first, okay? Now, the notes or journals should prove to me that you've both read this section of the book and thought critically. So these notes have to be pretty detailed, attention to detail, and thorough in order for you to get full credit. And then submit your first reader response note or journal here. And then that's it for the session. I hope you've gotten a great start to this unit and that you're interested in what you're going to be learning in the novel. In our next session, we're going to continue reading and consider how author's viewpoint can impact the themes and ideas within a text. If you have any questions this week, like always, I'm here. Please contact me. Thanks.